Okay, stick in Windows. Okay, so we're gonna retry that. Is that death? Usually I'm able to avoid that death. Okay, now let's see. How did I do that? No, someone explain that to me. That wasn't supposed to happen, and I am going to be getting all the Chaos Emeralds this run. So no need to worry about that. This is a Chaos Emerald run, and yeah, it's gonna be a Chaos Emerald run, somewhat kind of speed run you saw I tried to do in the first attempt. And unlike the Hyperdimension or any other game streams, whenever it comes down to emulators, guys, I will always be watching through the emulator screen. And since Aiden's not here, I cannot tell what the stream is doing right now, because my browser would cause me to play at, like, I'd be nowhere near playing how I should, because we all know stream lag. But anywho, give me a second, cause okay, there we go. I'm gonna keep it like this. This probably looks better. I'm looking through the stream now. Yeah, okay, this looks better. Okay, I don't know why Green Hill Act 2 gives me so many problems. It just kind of does, okay? It's that one part where you are on top of those that spike pit. I don't know why, but it's only during speedruns does that give me a problem, which is why I can never ever speedrun this game. I hope I don't jump in the spikes. Okay, I'm looking for some rings. There we go. I knew it had to be some down there. So, yeah, as I was saying before, Sonic 1 is my first video game that I ever played. Had it actually on the Sega Genesis, but I was like 3. So, what was the jump like? I kind of couldn't get past the first motor bug. But for some reason, Kid Chameleon was fun.
Huh?
I don't know, guys. I don't question my logic. I was a small child at the time. You cannot question that logic. But anywho, Sonic 1 was indeed the first game I played. I remember having like some little Genesis pack. I think it only played when you didn't have a cartridge in it or something like that. And it was like you had 4 different games. I believe they were Flicky, Sonic, and Kid Chameleon. No, it was Flicky, Sonic, Kid Chameleon, and Ristar. And obviously, Sonic caught my eye first, so I played that. And I really couldn't figure it out. After a while, I eventually got past the first motor bug, but even still, the Green Hill Zone was the struggle. And Marble Zone, once I finally got to it, was even more of the struggle. I didn't beat Sonic the Hedgehog 1 until I was around 7 years old. So, yeah, that's a late start. Did not get around to this game, because after that I found my favorite game, which was Sonic 2, which I beat fairly easy, actually, at like the age of 6. But yeah, Sonic 1 really threw me. I just couldn't, I don't know, to me it's the hardest. Sonic 3 and Knuckles, I played it multiple times, alright? And each time I come out with around 50 lives and all emeralds. Probably because I get the 50 lives things, probably because like if you do if you get all perfects in the special stages and you know where all of the hidden extra lives, it's kind of easy, and it's not all that unbelievable. that something like that would happen. And yes, the Sonic's Sunday streams should be a lot shorter than the Nep streams, depending on how good or bad I'm playing. Because I'm not speedrunning this, so this might be like an hour, I don't know. But I know Sonic 3 and Knuckles is going to be like 4 hours. And I might have to cancel that if I don't have a co-host, because playing that, because keep in mind guys, these classic games, these don't get parts. I'm playing them all in one sitting. These classics, okay, maybe Sonic 3 and Knuckles, I'll do like the Sonic 3 part first and then the Knuckles part second. But Sonic 1 and 2, these games do not get parts. It is a one stream, because if I did like little small streams like that, it wouldn't be much of a stream. It'd just be it'd be like a minor inconvenience in your day. Alright? So that's why I'm doing both these games. Now Sonic 3 and Knuckles, that's not, that's not acceptable. Okay, because especially because I'm getting all the Chaos Emeralds and Hyper Emeralds. And yes, when I do get the Hyper Emeralds, for those of you who watch this the stream on YouTube after, I will be probably deleting the streams off YouTube and re-uploading them with like edits. So when I go Supersonic, when I go Hypersonic, I mean, I'll try to do something about the flashing colors. But if I can't, I just want to let you guys know right now that if you are prone to seizures, then I mean, I don't know a lot of people prone to, wow, okay. I don't know a lot of people prone to seizures, so probably what I'll do is, before I get to Sonic 3 Knuckles, I will put a poll up on my Twitter, and if you are prone to seizures, of course you vote prone to seizures. If you're not, then of course not. And based on that, then I will be doing Sonic 3 Knuckles with, oh boy, wow, if I die on first, oh man, if I die on this, I'm going to feel horrible. Okay, it's that Let's Play curse that everybody loves to throw out there, but that's probably what I'll do. I'll probably, oh my gosh, are you serious? I did this stage just fine a few minutes ago. Anywho, but what I'll probably do is, according to that, what I will do actually, according to that, I will choose whether to play the game with just the Chaos Emeralds, or if I'm going to do both Chaos Emeralds and Super Emeralds. I really want to do both Chaos Emeralds and Super Emeralds, but it just depends. It's all circumstantial whether or not I do, and I will be letting you guys know at the start of the playthrough. But if I do just do the Chaos Emeralds, I'll only be doing Sonic 3 special stages. I will not be actually like, okay, hold on, because I really hate, okay, focus right here, because you gotta really take your time on trying to get through the special stage. This is really bad. Nobody should struggle this much in Marble Zone, but you do, especially if you're trying to keep all your rings in. That was close. Okay, but anywho, now that we're out of that situation, what I'll do is I'll let you guys know at the beginning if I'm getting all of the emeralds or not, or probably just update it right before the stream on my Twitter. I was about to call it my Twitcher. On my Twitter. So yeah, like I said, all of my updates are on Twitter, and these special stages, I hate these special stages. But I probably will update I update a lot of the stuff on Twitter, so I always leave my Twitter in the description on Twitch and in the description on YouTube. So be sure you follow me there for all of your sticking Neptune year roleplay needs as well. I kind of do roleplay on there. I'm gonna migrate to a different account, obviously, because like, why would I want to make my RP account my base account for like my YouTube and stuff? But I will be migrating to a different account soon. I don't know when that will be, but whenever I probably get a new phone. But so yeah, make sure you follow me on Twitter for the time being. That Twitter account that I always have, for more info and things like that, updates for when I'm going places, things like that, hiatuses, when the stream is not going to be going up, when the streams are down, things like that, polls, all kinds of stuff. I do all kinds of stuff on my Twitter, guys. So just make sure you follow that. And yeah, so once again, back on topic to the Sonic 3 Knuckles thing. There will be a poll on my Twitter. Make sure you look at that and vote. And this special stage, oh my gosh, special stage number 3 is the worst. And I'm not using save states because save states are for those who aren't skilled. I'm so sorry. Like, I can't get in there. Game refuses to. I wasted all that time. I minorly inconvenienced myself just to go absolutely nowhere. Okay, because apparently that's good. That's what's good in the streets. Well, anywho, Marble Zone is the hardest zone in the game for me. Some people say Labyrinth Zone is the hardest zone. But by that time, you should have all the emeralds. I think. Hold on. 6. Yeah, you should have all the emeralds. I won't though, cause I kind of smell bad. But even still, Labyrinth Zone is not as hard as Marble Zone to me. I mean, that's just me, I know, but like Marble Zone, it just. I really don't know how to describe it. It's just really difficult. Really difficult, actually. And oh my gosh, I forgot to put the restream thing up, but I can still see the chat, guys. I can still see the chat. But for those of you who are watching on your phones or something, and I know because a lot of people like to see this stuff on screen. So restream is coming up in 3, 2, 1. There we go. There's restream, guys. It's coming up shortly. Alright, so yeah, like I was saying though, Marble Garden really it's the struggle. Alright guys, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. But before I'm 100% honest with you, what did I just do? I'm pretty sure that's not what was supposed to happen, but anywho. Okay, I need to just stop doing things. Cause who knows, I might just not get the emeralds. That means I'm not gonna not try. But I might just like decide not to get the emeralds because you don't get a reward in this game, and it's not like you get just a congratulations screen with Robotnik stomping. Yeah, that's not really satisfying, guys. It's not. So yeah, if I just so happen to not get all the emeralds, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, that just kind of proves how bad I smell. But like, no, let me stop. That just kind of proves that I'm kind of bad at these special stages. But for Sonic 2, I will be getting them all because I'm actually really good at those when Tails isn't around. I'm not playing with Tails, no, unless you guys vote for my suffering. Then I'm not gonna do it, no, because Tails. Well, I'll get to that. It's when we get to that game, those games. But anywho, yeah, Marble Garden Zone, like I was saying though, Marble Zone is just, I don't know, it's a lot harder to me than any other stage in the classic Sonic series. Not the bosses, but just the stage. Like things like that happen that I doubt you probably won't see me die for the rest of this playthrough. I can almost guarantee, except for Scrap Brain Zone 3 if I do something stupid. But I can almost guarantee that for the rest of this playthrough, I don't die because this stage, This zone. This zone. Things like that happen. And do I like drawing Sonic? I see that question in the comments. In the chat. I have attempted plenty of times to try to draw Sonic. I have attempted. I can't draw Sonic all that well. My friend Kim, though, who I wanted to get in the live stream, she can draw really well, as a matter of fact. And if I ever need channel art, then I'm probably gonna go to her, cause she can draw extremely well, like really well. To answer your question, no. But to answer your question, no, I cannot draw. I can draw a little bit, but drawing Sonic and actually being like worthy of praise, no, that's never gonna happen. Ask anybody. Okay, there we go. So I don't know what happened last time. I don't know what happened. I think it's probably because that happens a lot of times in Sonic games. And yes, I'm probably doing sound further from my mic at this very second, but I just stood up. But that happens a lot in Sonic games actually, where the game decides that if you step, because there, you know how, of course, in any Sonic game, if you are under an object and it comes crashing down onto Sonic's thick skull, it will be crushed and you will kind of just die. Okay, you kind of fall off screen. But Sonic, the first two, because I really don't encounter this problem that much in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but I know in the first two games for sure that if you walk under like a very small section of the, like, okay, so say for instance I get around to the point where there is a small, okay, I don't want to say it like a crevice, but speaking in technological terms, if you have a small gap right in between Sonic and a crushing object that Sonic can step into by doing like a small hop like that. Okay, I died. I kind of saw that coming. But yeah, whenever that happens, if you can step into like one of those small spaces, the game considers it as you being crushed. So I'm pretty sure that's what happened right there. And I don't know why I went quiet for a second. I had to get my thoughts together, but yeah, so that's kind of what happens. And yeah, I mean, it's not too big of a deal, because you won't, like I said, you won't really encounter it that much. It's just something that really if you're a speedrunner, you gotta watch out for that. And I missed the ring this time, but if you're a speedrunner, that's something you really want to watch out for, because that happens a lot to inexperienced speedrunners. Because you know, in the speedrun you want to do small hops in order to gain momentum, but if you do a small hop into a small crevice, just like the one, not crevice, but that small area where Sonic can stand, then yeah, you get crushed instantly. And it's not just with jumping, it can happen at any time. Walking into like areas like that, like, you know, where Sonic just kind of walks into a place, and that's what I was trying to do earlier when I could have just did it the normal way. I don't know, I'm not used to doing it the normal way for the most part. But yeah, that happens not too often, unless you're a speedrunner. A normal walkthrough of the game, you really should never encounter it, except in Scrap Brainyard 3, because there's a shortcut there. But like I said, really only speedrunners use it. But a lot of people who just kind of don't like water stages will use it as well, so I can't really say that. But if you try to do that and you're not quick enough, the shortcut in that stage, which I'll be showing off when I get there, it doesn't work if you're not fast enough, because, well, the glitch I just explained to you happens and it like cuts off. The game kind of stops you and you get killed walking into the small area. And it's not just coming crushing down like from above. If you walk into a small gap that's crushing you, that's coming sideways, an object comes and crushes you sideways, and it just kind of barely hits Sonic's foot, yeah, you kind of die. So that's something you should watch out for all my little speedrunners in the chat. Because like I said, I don't really speedrun too often when I play Sonic 1. I like to casually stroll through Sonic 1. But yeah, that kind of happens. And I mean, that's just one of the many things you gotta watch out for in speedrunning. Because Sonic 1 has a lot of bugs, like the spike bug, which I kind of forgot about there. And what the spike bug is, you should probably know this already, but just in case you don't, the spike bug is a glitch that where if, unlike the other classic Sonic games, invincibility frames does not stop Sonic from taking another hit from spikes. So if you just so happen to be bouncing around, if you just so happen to be bouncing around on some spikes, then no, you're not safe because, well,
that's not gonna be it though. That's just the crap.
Because of you just happen to be bouncing around on like a roll of spikes like in Green Hill Zone. There's a spot infamous for that, where at the bottom of Act 2, if you go to the very bottom, which is the route that I didn't take, I got the shield, but I did not take the bottom route, because if you miscalculate a jump and you fall down, there's a whole line of spikes down there waiting for you. And if you get hit once, it's basically guaranteed death unless you're at the very edge and get lucky enough for Sonic to fall towards the actual ground and not where another set of spikes are, because Sonic bounces back and forth between the spikes. So really, you don't have a safe spot when it comes to spikes. You have to be really careful around spikes in Sonic 1. In Sonic 2, Sonic 3, in Sonic 1, Sonic 2, spikes, not Sonic 1, but Sonic 2, Sonic 3, Knuckles, spikes can actually be used as like a really cool way to do shortcuts and things like that. But in this game, you really want to watch out for them.
I thought you were gonna pick me up.
There are a lot of risky jumps and speed runs where you have to clear spikes, like large spike gaps, which is also in Act 2. Some people like to take the bottom route, but a lot of people don't, because there's a box and you can do like the banding bounce from those boxes right there, and that makes speedrunning a lot easier. But some people do it the other way around. But yeah. And I don't know why I'm so bad at Marble Garden Zone. Like I said, I don't know, it's just something at the stage that I'm really not good at. And I just can't seem to get good, like.
Okay.
But now we're coming up to the end of it, so yeah, I shouldn't die the rest. And if I do, I blame it on the Let's Play curse. If I die right here, I'm going to screamed. Okay, there we go. So yeah, this boss is actually pretty easy. You just kind of have to jump across whenever he comes to that side to make sure you avoid getting hit by the top of the flames and avoid the spreading flames to that platform, and jump up and hit him when he's coming across. And you can also hit him once when he's waiting to drop. But yeah, that boss fight is pretty easy. Now we come up on Spring Yard Zone, which is a lot of people's favorite zones because they feel like this is what the second stage should have been. And I mean, I can agree with that, but I mean, it's much better than what the beta planned out, and they were going to make Labyrinth Zone the next, but I'm gonna let it slide. Anywho, Spring Yard Zone is what a lot of people, like I said, consider to be what should have been the second zone of this game. But no, we got Marble Zone instead. I don't know how they reached that conclusion, but we got Marble Zone. So, Spring Yard Zone is, well, it's not a casino stage. That trope hasn't been started yet, guys. But it's I don't know how to explain it. It's a stage full with springs and bumpers, and it's kind of like Green Hill Zone in a sense where everything's set up for you to go fast. Oh my God, I said that. That was a bad explanation, but Yeah, it's kind of like a setup for you to go fast. It has a lot of slopes in it, a lot of not loops, but a lot of half loops and things like that. It's designed around the great momentum physics of the Sonic series, which, by the way, can we just say that rolling in this game is a lot of fun, which is why I do it so often. Physics in the first few Sonic games are so good, but like here, so you have all these slopes that really you're not supposed to do it the way I'm doing it, but it's a lot of fun to do it like that. And it's just based around like a whole lot of momentum. It's a fun, fast stage, unlike Marble Zone, which had a lot of going back and forth and pushing blocks and things like that. It was really slow. Nobody really liked it. And yeah, and I have not been getting any chaos in it, so yeah, I'm probably screwed by at this point. Because once you get to the Scrap Brain Zone, there are no more special rings. So yeah, but Springer Zone, I agree with a lot of people. This should have been the second stage. It's fun, it's fast, and it doesn't drag on forever like Marble Zone. And it's nowhere near as hard. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Hey, come on now. It is the second easiest stage in this game, in my opinion. With Starlight being the third. I disagree with the level order for this game. Granted, it was the first Sonic game that just didn't know what to do with themselves. But I mean, if you had the premise going with like how your stages should have been with Green Hill, then I don't think that Marble Zone really should have been even an idea for a second stage, at least, because Marble Zone doesn't. It's not. Green Hill Zone is like that introductory stage, alright? It's fun, it's fast, it's there to kind of help you get the basics of the game. It's there to help you get the basics of the game, there to help you understand how the game works. But Marble Zone just that death animation, and yeah, I gotta continue, I'm safe. But Marble Zone is not like Green Hill at all. It's not a beginner stage. It's not there to help you refine your skills like a second stage should be. It's not there. It throws in new mechanics, but it doesn't do it right, in my opinion. It just throws them at you without any kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Without any kind of reason, really. Because really, you don't ever see those mechanics ever again. You don't really have to push any buttons. You don't have to push any blocks into switches anymore after Marble Zone. And I mean, it was really an unnecessary concept that was kind of just thrown in there to me. Marble Zone should have been used as, because I mean, Act 1 wasn't even really all that bad, but it's like Act 2 and Act 3. Those two should have been like Act 1 in the sense where it was set up for it to be a little different. Because I don't mind, it was different, it was nice, I liked it, it was a change of pace, Act 1. But it was still what Sonic should have, it's still what Sonic should be. Well, at least the classics anyway, a fast platforming game. Marble Zone slows that, it takes out the fast and puts in a whole lot of platforming. And in that case, it's essentially just like Super Mario Brothers. Super Mario Brothers is not, it's a platforming game, not a fast-paced platforming game. Sonic is a fast-paced platforming game, action-packed platforming game. And Marble Zone doesn't live up to that expectation. Even Labyrinth Zone, some could say that, yeah, okay, this stage shouldn't really be in there either, because if I'm gonna bring up that point, because, well, I mean, when you go into the water, Sonic's not going very fast now, is he? But I mean, it's a point that Sonic can't swim, so at least it has reason to slow you down. It's not like you're going left and right. What I mean by not being fast, okay, Sonic can still reach his top acceleration, yeah, but it has all that back and forth in it instead of a straight path. And Labyrinth Zone has a little bit of that too, I won't lie, but at least it's not as bad, I could say, as it is in Marble Zone. It's not as bad as, in my opinion. It's really just a matter of, cause I mean, oh my gosh, I can't believe I just did that. Okay, wait, there we go, snapped it back. Don't worry about that, you never saw a thing. But yeah, Marble Zone, it has a lot of back and forth. It's not what a Sonic stage should be. It should be, I don't want to say whole right to win, because I know everybody's gonna get triggered, but it should be something like a whole right to win. The hold right, occasional jump with the platforming, alright? That was the Sonic formula, and it was a winning formula too. But a lot of people kinda didn't like Sonic 1, kinda couldn't get through it because Marble Zone exists.
Yeah, so
And some because Labyrinth Zone exists. And I'm not saying Labyrinth Zone is a great stage, alright? Because I'm not saying that it's a great stage by any means. But I feel like it's a better stage than Marble Zone.
You and Virginia.
And I can understand why some people might be offended by that, because I mean, Marble Zone does seem to be better, but in terms of like what a Sonic game should have been. But like I said, in my opinion, I think Labyrinth Zone has a reason to be kind of sluggish and slow. Instead of just the back and forth thing, Sonic can't swim, so it only makes sense for Sonic to A, not have a swimming animation, and 2, for him to move a lot slower when in water. He can't swim. There's nothing we can do about that, guys. So I feel like it has more of an excuse to be slow, whereas Marble Zone doesn't have an excuse to be slow. So yeah, call them excuses if you want to, but hey, I just believe that Labyrinth Zone is a better stage. Now coming up to this boss, someone saved my soul. Because a trait that a lot of you might not know about me, I'm real impatient. Alright, I'm impatient like this man Sonic. This boss requires a hefty amount of patience, alright, because if you panic like I just did right there, then you're kinda digging your own grave. Okay, and that time I gotta use the save state, because no way am I gonna be redoing this entire. Yup. I foresaw the outcome of something like that. Nah, fam. But yeah, I kinda saw that coming. But yeah, this boss, it's not hard. It's not, if you have patience, and if you're not playing on a windowed screen right now, because I gotta play window for you guys. But I have such low patience, and I'm playing on Windows, so this boss, you can see I try to get a lot of cheap shots and a lot of quick hits that lead to my demise, okay? And this boss really doesn't leave itself open too much. I don't know how I just did that, okay? I got lucky. But yeah, this boss, easy, but you gotta have a lot of patience for it. Something I'm just not prone to do. But either way it goes, I beat him on like my third go around. So not that bad, I guess, for an impatient person like me. But we are coming up like to the dreaded zone that everybody hates. But I mean, you're about to see why I don't really mind it too much. So here we are at Labyrinth Zone, alright? First off, I love the way this zone looks. To me, it's the second greatest stage aesthetically. I really like Labyrinth Zone song and the way it looks. The water, it causes frame rate issues. I'm letting you know that right now. If you're not playing on an emulator, that is. That Genesis lag kills, alright? But, anywho, Labyrinth Zone is an underwater stage, and in the instruction manual, it is stated Sonic cannot swim. So, they introduced air bubbles, which I did not want to go back down. But those pools right there are bubbles that you see. You have to wait for a bubble to come out, and when a big bubble comes out, you jump into it to gain air. Because if you're underwater for too long, a countdown will start, and that also too familiar, infamous that will start to play, right? And if that starts to play and the countdown begins to start, once that reaches 0, Sonic drowns, and there you go. That's a life lost. So a lot of people don't like that, for starters. A lot of people don't like that you have to constantly stop and wait at these things. But like I said, it kinda has an excuse to do it, because if Sonic can't swim, he can't hold his breath underwater, which, quite frankly, I don't understand why Mario doesn't get to do this, because that man can't hold his breath for that long. You can sit underwater in a Mario game all day, alright, and that man does not drown. But whatever, we're not here to talk about Mario. But it makes sense. Sonic can't swim, he can't hold his breath underwater, so of course he needs to make a couple bubble stops every now and then, get him some fresh air, right? But then a lot of people also have the problem of Sonic moves extremely slow underwater. That's not necessarily true. What? Maya. Yeah. I'm sorry for the minor inconvenience. But like, okay, so you see those numbers right there? Yeah, okay, that's what I was talking about. For the most part, if you're moving fast enough, you don't have to worry about that. So anywho, there is a lot of waiting around in Labyrinth Zone. Like, I just had to wait there for a second for the water to rise. But, I mean, the rising, like, okay, how do I want to put this? Like I was saying, before I get to that actually, because I left the room and then, like, completely got off topic, forgot what I was talking about. But, Sonic moving, he doesn't move that slow underwater. He does not move that slow, especially if you remember to keep jumping, to keep up your speed. He does not move too horribly. He does not move that slow. He does not move at a speed that would be considered unbearable for a Sonic game. And I really need a bubble. Alright. I always am cautious. This is why special stages are like really nice to have. But anywho, especially if you just, you know, like I said, if you just keep jumping underwater, you keep your speed up, and it's a lot easier to manage this stage. All right, so that's just one mystery of itself. A lot of people say there's a lot of waiting around, and that's where I say that's why I'm like. Because that's why I say that the stage isn't as perfect as you guys may think that I think it is. Okay, I by no means think this stage is perfect. I like Labyrinth Zone, but I know it has its problems. Alright, there is a lot of waiting around. Okay, and that's kind of the same problem that Marble Zone has, except Marble Zone has a lot of back and forth. If you know how to get a lot around the waiting around in Marble Zone, then a lot of people say Marble Zone is better because I know how to get around it. But even still, just the fact that you can get around it, that's for like pro speedrunners, right? A pro speedrunner can also get around all the waiting around in Labyrinth Zone. So wouldn't you say it kind of evens itself out? Because all the waiting around plus running, I won't say back and forth because really what I'm saying is that you have to go left and right Alright, but there is a lot of back and forth, especially if you're not that good at platforming, because unlike most Sonic games, alright, on most stages in this game, falling down a pit, okay, that's death. Alright, that's your punishment. But especially in Marble Zone, okay, I'm tempted to call it Marble Garden, but in Marble Zone Act 3, there's a specific part where, as a matter of fact, you saw me fall. And you can fall down that as many times as you want, but you will probably not die, as it's set up where the gaps, there are platforms there. So you probably will kind of just be repeating the same part over and over again. And that can get tedious and boring. And that's not the only part, because there's a lot of falling there's a lot of times where if you fall down, you gotta redo something again. And there's a lot of waiting around, like I said, on those blocks, waiting for the lava to rise and things like that, so you can jump off, waiting for the walls, waiting for the little green platforms to come out of the walls. There's a lot of waiting around in these stages. And I can understand why a lot of people wouldn't like that, because I don't like all that waiting around. But Labyrinth Zone doesn't have that much waiting around. There's a way to get around a lot of the waiting around. And that just happened. That just happened, and it's not funny. Don't laugh at me. But, yeah, like I was saying, though, it's not, guys. I don't like that waiting around either. I understand that you really have a strong hatred for waiting around, which is why a lot of people can't get through Marble Zone. They don't like the fact that you have to sit there, and then the fact that you die. Because you're gonna die in Marble Zone your first time playing it, most likely. And then when you die, you have to do all that waiting around all over again, right? No one wants to deal with that, which is why even I sometimes, when I play Sonic 1, I kind of just play Green Hill Zone and then stop right after, alright? Because, like I said, I don't like all that waiting around. But there's ways to get around it, first off. So it's more tolerable for us who like speedrunning Sonic games. So not only is there a way to get around it, but it's not. Waiting around in Marble Zone is way worse than waiting around in Labyrinth Zone. And I know I'm kind of rambling on here without knowing what I'm saying, but it is, guys. In Labyrinth Zone, it's not a bad zone. It's not perfect, but it's not as bad as people make it out to be, where this is the stage that can get you stuck. And maybe that statement might be true, but honestly, Labyrinth Zone Act 3, because that's the zone where everybody gets stuck at, alright? I got stuck there once. First time getting to the Labyrinth Zone, alright? You get an achievement for that in the Xbox version. I felt like I was going somewhere. I made it to the Labyrinth Zone. And then you get stuck in Act 3 because there's a certain section where you keep falling at the very beginning. But at the very beginning, you keep falling constantly, all the way to your death, alright? Not to your death, I'm just kidding. But you keep falling and falling in a constant loop. So, in that constant loop, there are platforms there, and you have to know where to jump in order to get to where you need to go, because there's a switch on one of them, which I'll be showing off later. But a lot of people get stuck there, alright? I even got a time over there one time. But the game obviously implies that there are other ways to go, and by jumping off at different points on the slide, you can reach different platforms. That much you should be able to infer yourself. So the whole getting stuck thing, while it's understandable, not really an excuse to call this stage all that bad, because while I just finished saying that I don't really like the puzzle solving factors of like Marble Zone, which is really just pushing a block onto a switch, Labyrinth Zones, at least it can take a while to figure out, but it's not like you're just sitting there like nothing's happening, like it's obvious. It's kind of like if in a Zelda game, right? Would you rather have a puzzle where you just pushed a block onto a switch, Or a puzzle where you really have to sit there and think about, okay, am I supposed to use the hook shot to grab onto that wall or something like that, right? You'd obviously choose the one where you have to use the hook shot to grab onto the wall. You wouldn't just want to sit there and wait as you push the block around. Almost 100% can guarantee that. And it's the same thing here. Because you're constantly moving on that slide, and the game even gives you, I don't want to say hints, but it kind of lets you know that, okay, you don't want to sit there and just wait. You don't want to just sit there and wait on the game to... You don't just sit there and just wait until, alright, I'm off the slide. No, that's not the case. The game obviously lets you know, after maybe 3 times of falling down and seeing the same platforms, you should probably jump off. And since we're coming on to Act 3, you see what I mean. So, in Act 3, you start off sliding down a slide. Well, you don't start off, but you come off right here, and you start sliding down immediately. You will slide, and you will slide, and you will slide, and you will slide, and you will slide for eternity. Unless you jump off. Now, this first platform here, it has a shield, alright? But if you do it a second time, you get a switch. Okay, you hit that switch, and now that's open, so you jump through there. Is it really that difficult? And I figured that out myself, alright, because I didn't really watch too many playthroughs, I didn't really know too many people like that, and I kind of didn't like watching people on YouTube who I didn't like. Alright, but that's really easy to figure out. I don't see why so many people get stuck right there. And I probably should have save stated because I should have saw that coming, but I didn't. I was careless. Wait, what am I doing? I know the level select cheat. So, might as well just show this off right now. This stream is all over the place anyway, why not? So, at the start of the game, I'm pretty sure all of you know this now, but it's not nothing new. But if you go to the menu screen, up, down, left, right, then you hold A and press start, you get a level select. Alright, and Labyrinth Zone, okay, this is, so let me just point this out real quick. Labyrinth Zone is second, Marble Zone is third. That originally meant, so this means that originally Labyrinth Zone was supposed to be the second stage and Marble was supposed to come right after. I'm glad they didn't do that, let's just say that. So anywho, we're gonna go to Labyrinth Zone, but even if you do choose it out of this, you don't go to Labyrinth Zone next, trust me. But anywho, like I said, just make sure you, okay, also, one thing that I kinda don't like though about this is just, if you're holding the direction you have to jump off, and then press jump, for some reason Sonic doesn't jump the way you should. You have to not hold any direction, otherwise you don't go anywhere. Which I'm about to show off right here. Like, I know I have to jump off right there, but like, no, game refuses, see? It keeps you stuck on. It's possible to do, but it's real frustrating. So yeah, just make sure that you're letting go of all directions when you jump. But yeah, so now that that's cleared up, that's really all the problems that people have with Labyrinth Zone, and I don't think that's enough to call it a bad stage. I don't. Besides from like all the lag that happens sometimes when you're underwater, I don't see any real problems with Labyrinth Zone besides people's undying hatred for like water in Sonic games. Because people have like this undying hatred for water in Sonic games that I just don't understand. Because a lot of water stages are actually like really fun. Like, I think Labyrinth Zone is really fun, alright? I always have a grand old time when I play Labyrinth Zone. When I play Hydrocity Zone, I always have a grand old time. When I play Aquatic Ruin or Chemical Plant, I always have a grand old time. But I don't know, a lot of people just seem to have this undying hatred for water in Sonic games. Except, well, the 2D ones anyway, so Sonic Mania probably is not gonna have, it's gonna have a water stage probably, and a lot of people are gonna look at it the same way, probably won't like it, but Speaking of Sonic Mania, actually, until we get out of this zone, I know the lot of you probably saw that trailer. All right. If you weren't at Sonic's 25th anniversary party, which I did personally attend, and it was great, let me just say that. But for those of you who didn't go, you probably saw it on YouTube, right? For those of you who did go, you probably also played a demo of it. And if you went to Summer of Sonic, you probably also played it as well. And no, I didn't go to Summer of Sonic. But Sonic Mania is new. If you didn't, and you're out of the loop somehow, even though it's been all over the place recently, like everybody's profile picture. If you're somehow out of the loop, Sonic Mania is Sonic's new 2D adventure. Sonic, that's right, you heard me correctly. Sonic is getting a new 2D adventure, not a remake like Sonic 3 Knuckles iOS or something like that. I really want that to happen, but not a remake. No, it's an original game, fam. It is going to be a new Sonic game. It's called Sonic Mania, and it is going to be for the PS4, Steam, and Xbox One. Sonic Mania, like, it's 60 frames per second. Alright, I know a lot of people are excited over that smooth, crisp, sexy 60 frames per second. And yeah, Sonic Mania, I'm looking forward to it. Alright, 2017 spring, that's the date. It's supposed to come out spring 2017. And I know a lot of you, you're probably, no, most likely really excited for it. Okay, unless you're just one of those people. You all know who I'm talking about. But yeah, Sonic Mania, 60 frames. You're gonna be able to play as Sonic, Tails, Knuckles. It's gonna have all new stages as well as some remix stages, as a matter of fact, like Green Hill Zone, which they let you play in the demo. It was remixed. And speaking of demos, since I actually got to play it, I'll give you guys my first impressions during this live stream. Cause why not? I've got nothing better to do in this live stream. So, Sonic Mania was, I'm just gonna say this right now, okay? Huge Sonic fanboy. I was about to cry, alright, when I saw it. And I'm doing really badly right now. Like, can someone please save my soul? This live stream has gone on for 54 minutes, and I'm not even done with Labyrinth. It's that Let's Play curse. But anywho. So, as for my opinions on Sonic Mania, I had a grand old time at the Sonic 25th anniversary party. Let me just say that, with all the Crush 40 performances, Hyper Potions, if you don't know who that is, Sonic Mania trailer music, Sonic Mania trailer music, as well as Sonic Boom Fighter Night trailer music. Alright, just saying. That's all you gotta know. But, yeah, they had some really cool performances up there. They gave us a really cool goodie bag with a limited edition plushie inside, as well as a coin collectible, a USB. The pamphlet had a sticking binary code on it, which, by the way, in case you guys who were at the who was at the event, you didn't figure it out, it's pancakes. It's pancakes. Let that sink in for a second. This is why we all love Aaron Weber so much. Now, back to the gameplay. Alright, so I played Green Hill and Studiopolis. Studiopolis is one of the new stages in the game, obviously. And I found it had a whole bunch of like throwbacks to old Sonic like references and things. Like, they had a machine called Sega Sonic Popcorn Machine, right? That Sonic pops out of. And that's actually a real arcade machine that I actually played once on MAME. Thanks to pure boredom and curiosity, alright? There's nothing to it. It's just like a little popcorn machine that had a little mini game. And there was no way to lose the mini game, by the way, because, I mean, you get your popcorn. If you didn't, that'd be a kind of ripoff. But, yeah, it was, you should get shot out of there. There was a lot of billboards everywhere. And there was a whole lot of odd nuances to Sonic hidden in the background, things like that. It was a really cool stage. I really liked it. Sonic controls so well in Mania. The animations are so fluid. My favorite animation is probably everybody else's at this point. You've probably heard it by now. But the looking up animation is so polished, so smooth. And why are there no checkpoints? I'm actually starting to get very I don't want to say words, dude. It's gotta be PG-13. But I'm actually starting to get very angry right now, alright fam? But yeah, that stage, Studiopolis, was really cool, and Sonic controls so well in Mania. Alright, like if you played firsthand, you would know what I mean. Alright, it was I had a great time controlling Sonic. Alright, there were there were no issues controlling Sonic, and he has a new feature called the drop dash, which kind of replaces his insta shield. Basically, if you hold the A button mid-air, Sonic he revs up in Air Force spin dash, and if you release it once you get on the ground, Sonic releases the spin dash, and it creates so many speedrunning opportunities. It was really cool using the drop dash. Alright, the drop dash was a really cool feature, and okay, the drop dash was a really cool feature that they added, and I am really bad at this for whatever reason. But anywho, the drop dash was a new feature that was added, and like I said, you hold the A button while in air, and then you release it once on the ground. It's gonna create a lot of speed running tricks. I can already tell. And I know I'm going to be using it when I do my first speedrun of the game when it comes out. Because I like to do blind speedruns. Those are fun, alright? Blind speedruns are always cool. Besides, you only ever use Tails and Knuckles for exploration. I don't know why you would ever use Sonic for exploration. But, I mean, why not? Go for it, children. But yeah, that aside, Sonic controls, like I said, so well. The animations are fluid. There aren't any frame drops as expected of a next-gen console running a game like Sonic Mania, which is like a 16-bit remake. And yeah, it's looking pretty promising. And on the topic of remaster stages, remix stages, like I said, Green Hill Zone got remixed. And do you know that Spike Chain boss? Well, even though we only got to play Act 1, there was a different version of it, because now apparently there are going to be mini bosses, like in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Because if you remember, at the end of every act, we got like a little mini boss thing. And that's kind of what's going on there. And the mini boss, let's just say that it's not a joke. Alright, that mini boss was kind of difficult if you didn't know what you were doing. And yeah, the Green Hill kind of lasts a little longer. Alright, because Green Hill's on Act 1. You start off, and then you get to the end, okay, because it's kind of like you get to like the Green Hill Act 2 portion of it, and you think that's it, but no, it takes you backwards out that thing, and you have a whole new part of the level to explore. It's really cool, and I just really like the way that Sonic Mania is going right now. It looks promising. It looks like we're gonna get another. It looks like we're gonna get another great 2D Sonic game. Because Sonic 4 Episode 1 does definitely not fill the void. And yeah, though, Sonic Mania, it's the true Sonic 4. Can we just say that right now? A lot of people are calling it the true Sonic 4, and they have all right to be. And there's some of that lag I was talking about, but they have all the right to call it the true Sonic 4. Because it is. It's 16-bit. It has nice. It looks nice. It has smoother graphics. It has the 60 frames per second, better controls, smoother animations, great level design. It's everything you could ask for a new Sonic 4. All right. It's a great game. All right. I can just tell just from playing the demo that it's going to be a great game, unless they pull a Sonic 06 on us. And then the demo just becomes way worse. I mean, then the full game is way worse than the demo. Which I doubt, because they got Christian Whitehead on the team, alright? The Tax Man. You know, the one for the more playable version of Sonic CD. It's Sonic 2, Sonic 1. The ports, the iOS ports, yeah. that guy. The taxman is on the job, guys. So the game is in pretty capable hands right now. So it's safe to say that we got somebody nice on the team, alright? So I don't think we're gonna have another Sonic 06 on our hands. That's a mistake. But yeah, the game looks promising. I'm really excited. I'm really excited for this game. And we're coming up on the boss now, which it really isn't even a boss. You just kind of have to climb your way up to the top of this thing, and then you hear robotic ones at the top. But yeah, Sonic Mania is looking pretty promising. And on the topic of the other game we're getting next year, I mean, Sonic 2017, which is, we call it that, Project 2017, because the game doesn't have an official name yet, actually. All we have is the reveal trailer, which shows that Classic Sonic is coming back again. Classic Sonic getting a lot of love. But Classic Sonic is coming back to fight along Modern Sonic once again. And I'm really excited about that, because I'm a Classic Sonic fanboy, alright? I really love me some Classic Sonic. But oh my, it's 3 o'clock. The stream was supposed to end at 3 o'clock. Well, 4 for you Eastern Standard Time users. And I'm not right now. But ouch. Okay, but yeah, so Sonic Mania, it's looking really nice. And Project 2017, I don't know what to think about it yet, and I'm not gonna give the game an opinion like a lot of people do just based off the reveal trailer, because oh, Classic Sonic is back. Game's gonna be horrible, guys. That's another thing that I gotta address real quick, and not to be negative about the Sonic fan base or anything, but why is everybody in the fan base so bad? Okay, not everybody, alright, I'm not gonna make that general accusation, but a lot of them, come on guys, don't even lie to yourselves. You know that the community we are a part of, they're really iffy about showing their love towards Sonic. Because while everybody's seen real hype at it at the party, and a lot of people came to that party, alright, because even during the Crush 40 performance, people were still being brought in, okay? I was one of the first to get in there. But that's just no, okay guys? For you to judge Sonic Project 2017 just because Classic Sonic was there, and a lot of people in the comments on the Sonic Hedgehog YouTube channel was saying like, oh my, it took Sega 2 years to make a Sonic fan game. Like, are you just never gonna be satisfied? Do you just have to nitpick at everything about a franchise of a blue hedgehog who chooses to run fast? Cause that's not a very good like way to spend your time. I think you should probably spend that time doing more relevant things with your life. And yeah, I really just don't, okay? That just bothers me a whole lot, how people really seem to judge Sonic based off of because Classic Sonic's back? Because it looks like a Sonic fan game? I mean, yeah, I wish that we got Sonic Mania this year and that didn't take them this long to actually start working on it and getting a lot of it done. But I mean, we can't do anything about that. We don't know what kind of inconveniences they ran into during the process of making the game. We can't just assume that the entire time they were working on 2 stages, alright? They have to do concept designs. You don't know if there are going to be cutscenes in the game or not. You're just assuming that that's all that happened. And that's not fair to Sonic Mania. I think you should give the game at least a fair chance. And Sonic Project 2017, a lot of people are calling it Generations 2. And now all of a sudden Generations is bad. And a lot of people don't like it because Classic Sonic is in the game and they wish Silver. Okay, first off, that's a stupid excuse. Why Silver? Alright, you have no reason. You don't have a reason to hate just because it's Classic Sonic, first off. And then why silver? Okay, until you can make me understand that, I'm just gonna assume all of you are just stupid. Alright? And like I said, man, if you're watching this and you hate Sonic Mania or Project 2017, if you have your reasons, alright, if they're good, justified reasons, if they're not just because I just dislike it, man, just because Sonic kinda smells bad, and I'll agree, Sonic does kinda smell bad, fam, but that's not a good excuse to, like, bash on the new Sonic game. Come on now. Because me personally, like I said, I'm not going to judge the game. If the game is bad, hey, the game is bad, fam, alright? But I'm not going to judge the game just yet because we haven't even gotten a gameplay trailer of it yet. We don't even know if we're getting the boost mechanic. We probably are, alright? Just from the trailer, we could probably guess that, but we haven't even gotten gameplay of the game yet, and you already think the game is bad. Now, what does that say about you? Not a whole lot, actually. It just kind of tells me that you have no common sense. And that's really all I need to know for me to just kind of avoid you. Because, I mean, why? Like, IGN the other day, oh, they triggered a lot of people. Me personally, hey, they got their opinions. At this point, IGN is IGN, alright? I could care less. But they triggered a lot of people. Sonic was never good to begin with, was a comment that they made. IGN is biased. If you want reviews for games, heads up, don't go to IGN. They're a bunch of Sony and Nintendo fanboys, guys. All of them. But anywho, yeah, that's just me rambling on about that because, like I said, come on guys, give Sonic Project 2017 and Mania a chance. And even the people who are, okay, like they're saying Sonic Mania is going to be the second best Sonic game. I hope you do know that you're not safe from this, alright? You still apply to what I'm saying because you're basically saying Project Mania is just not going to be good, fam. It's just going to be garbage. And give me that special ring, alright? Gosh. But, yeah, it's just really bad reasoning in my opinion. I don't see why you have to have this undying hatred for a series about a blue hedgehog that runs fast. I don't care how you put it. You are wasting your time criticizing, bashing, and pouring unnecessary amounts of hatred into a series about a blue hedgehog. Wow, okay, about a blue hedgehog that runs fast. You need help because a blue hedgehog that runs fast, though? Do you really have to waste all that time about a blue hedgehog that proceeds at high velocities? That rolls around at the speed of sound? Is it really worth it? I don't think it is. And the Sonic fanbase just kind of rolls along with it because IGN says so, dude. And I get the impression that's why a lot of Sonic fans say the stuff they do about Sonic games. 06 is such a bad game. It's an unfinished game. But is it really bad? Oh, I just triggered like the entire world with that statement. I like Sonic 06. Okay, now I didn't just trigger them. They're kind of all aiming their weapons at me. But I mean, what can I say? I found some thorough enjoyment out of 06. All right. It's like I'm finding a lot of thorough suffering in this game. All right. But honestly, guys, that's just Sonic 06 isn't that bad. But we're at Starlight Zone, and I spent the whole first half rambling. So Starlight Zone is what I think should be the third stage. It has a lot of loop loops. It's a lot of fun. So it's fast. It's free. It's Sonic. Alright, and I know I just triggered a lot of people, but it's Sonic. Also, okay, before I finish that though, but yeah, it's got a lot of rings. You collect a lot of rings. It's got a lot of half pipes. It's fun. You do a lot of rolling. All right, you get to abuse the physics a lot. That's one of my favorite things about Sonic 1. That's my favorite thing about Sonic 1, abusing the physics a lot in a lot of these zones. But you get to abuse the physics. It's fun, fast. Hey, I think it should go the next stage. It's really fun. Not only that, but it's short. If you know what you're doing. Like that, 56 seconds. Yeah, I kind of blew through this stage. But we're coming up on the ending of this game though, very soon. So yeah. But yeah, guys, I don't get it. Sonic fans have a weird way of showing their love towards the Sonic series. Just a really, really weird way. And after this, I'm getting something to eat. I'm really hungry. But what the? I don't know what that was. So do not ask me. Because I'm just as confused as the rest of you as to what just happened. Pretty sure that wasn't supposed to happen, so let me just try that one more time. There we go. And I still messed that up. That just goes to show you how bad I smell, but anywho. I say but anywho a lot, don't I? When you smell bad? Okay, what? I don't. What are those fans doing? And what the wrongs? Now let's see. There we go. Oh, okay, see, I wasn't ready. I wasn't prepared. It's been a while since I played Sonic 1, guys. I'll be honest with you about that. I don't really play Sonic 1 that often. And when I do, like I said, I really just play Green Hill Zone for kicks. I'm more of a Sonic 2 guy. That's my favorite video game ever, alright? I'll play Sonic 2, Sonic 3 Knuckles. Sonic 1, I'll play, even play Sonic CD, alright? I have all 4 files filled up. Sonic Tails, all time stones in that game, right? And Sonic CD for the Xbox. But Sonic 1, no. And not because it's a bad game either, just I can't. Sonic 1 is just not a game I can play from start to finish all the time. I have to be in a specific mood to want to play through this game all the way. It's a really specific mood I have to be in. I cannot, I repeat, cannot play this game from start to finish without being in a specific mood. And I don't think the game is bad either. It's just not to my liking. I don't think it's as fun as Sonic 3 and Knuckles or Sonic 2. It's not that your hand. And then what? So for this boss, you just use these seesaw things to bounce the bombs up at Robotnik, or either use the seesaw things to bounce yourself up at Robotnik. And that's the end of Starlight Zone.
Oh, I can face it. You face the screen. Oh, I can see the other apple. want to fix it if Tia wants to replace that. My phone screen on my crap.
Okay, when did the stream go down? How was I paying attention to the stream and still did not see that? Don't worry, for those of you who, you can always go on YouTube to watch the entire thing. I feel kind of bad right now. I feel kind of smelly. But anywho, I'm pretty sure it didn't end too long ago though. Usually that's how it works. Because I noticed it flash, and that's how I knew it kind of just decided to stop working. But anyway, I'm going to show you guys a really cool death. I'm going to show you guys a cool death. That was a nice death. Am I right, guys? But there's a really cool trick that I'm going to be using because I kind of want to get to this game now. Like I said, Sonic 1, I just can't do it.
What you doing? What's in your head?
So yeah, no, you thought, alright, there we go. So I'm gonna show you guys a really cool trick. If I can stop being really bad at Sonic games. I'm not this bad, guys, I swear. So anyway, you wanna go down here this way and never do that again. I am doing really bad right now. Okay, so I'm trying to show you guys this trick. Cause like I said, man, I just want to live. I still wanted to do something right there, but I'm not gonna do it. But I just want to live decently, meaningfully. I am in actual pure agony right now. And yeah, I did it. If I could go supersonic, the problem's chronic. That song's been stuck in my head for a while now, guys, but I swear I'm not this bad usually when I'm not recording. Then again, I am just kind of bad at Sonic 1. Anywho, so this time I'm going to try not to die. Now, if I remember correctly, which I probably don't. Who? It's not 6.
Wait, next time was it 6?
Yeah. Ah, boy. Okay, there we go. I don't know what that scream was, but that was pure suffering, alright? Now, wait, I wonder if I say stop, does it get just cut off? Okay, no, it's not the case, that'd be kind of stupid, but... I wonder... How am I supposed to move the trick off again? Oh wow, I remember doing it when I was little, but I can't do it anymore, so I guess I'm gonna do this the normal way. It's a really helpful glitch. It's a zip, by the way. Like a really helpful zip for when you just kind of want to get through Sonic 1 at this point. And you know that you're gonna die. Matter of fact, I'm doing this right now. You just want to skip? Alright, no, wait. Huh. Okay. Okay, no, so we're doing this the normal way, guys. Are you ready for suffering? Because I'll be 100% honest with you guys. When it comes to this stage, I smell like really bad. Guys, we've come this far. I'm not stopping now. It's been an hour and 22 minutes of streaming. I was about to go to Act 2. That's how ready I am, fam. Alright, now. No! Did I just really do that? Don't ask why I keep resetting. It's a pride thing. Even though all my pride has been shattered, alright? I can't wait till you all see how actually good I am in a Sonic game. AKA when we get to the AKA next Sunday when we do Sonic 2. Cause Sonic 1, I'm really bad at it, alright? I think I've mentioned this plenty of times. Once we get past the credits, you have no idea how happy my face is going to look. And you'll never, because I'm not using face cam for this. In the near future, probably, guys. When I become the next Lost Pause.
Oh, crash.
Alright, now let's see. Okay.
I need to move the camera.
Okay, that was lucky and
Move.
yeah, Marble Zone, I mean not Marble Zone, but Scrap Brain Zone is really difficult. And refuses to pull any punches. Alright. I can say without a shred of doubt that Sonic 1 is the hardest in the series for stupid reasons. Is it now clear to you the suffering that I've been through? No? Then I need to make that 100% clear, alright? The suffering this game can bring a person to is hard. It's unreal. Wait. Oh, okay. I was about to. Say, fam. Hey, wait a minute. Okay, now let's. Wait, what the? Is that a checkpoint? I spy a checkpoint. Ooh, that was close. Okay, I gotta move fast. No! Why does that always happen? That's not a joke either. That's not an exaggeration either. It always happens. Okay. You wanna know what's funny? Only Act 1 can bring me this much suffering too. Act 2, it's not all that bad, fam. Let's be honest with you. Act 1, man. It refuses to let me, like, live life. It kind of wants to imprison me in this game. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that part I just kind of rely on luck. Hedgehog. That was totally a Danganronpa joke for those of you who got that. We're not getting the good ending, but I mean the good ending and the bad ending are basically the same, without the flowers. Anywho, now we are inside the factory for Act 2. Act 3 is the easiest out of these, I'll just be honest with you, even though it's the underwater stage. Because you can complete it in 35 seconds. Yes, even a normal one, even a normal human being can. Okay, we are doing somewhat good. Whew. Wait, what? Alright, wait, did I just restart this entire act? I mean, it's like the game refuses though, like, how are you gonna refuse to be beaten? When you're the game but you don't want to be beaten? So instead you just kind of make it impossible? I refuse to be beaten, therefore you're never gonna beat me, fam. It's too late. Okay, I'm automatically starting to regret settling for any routes. This seems like the route filled with suffering, so like... This is that despair route, man. That route filled with despair. When you think about how perfectly that fits, it's really not that ironic actually. It just kind of makes me smell bad. Anywho, wow, okay. What? Fam, if I didn't jump, I probably could have just clipped through this entire stage. You know how wondrous that would have been? To not only find out a new trick, but then to just not have to suffer anymore. That's the ultimate reward, dude. Okay, nope. That ring can go for all I care, fam. Oh no, oh. Stage has some mercy, dude. Stage is showing me mercy. Hey! I thought I was gonna die right there. Game was like, nah, we got you, fam. Game was like, Scrap Brain don't want you to beat it? Alright, we got you, fam. Okay. I'm gonna jump over that. I'm pretty sure this is the end, so if I die right here, that would have been horrible. Oh yeah, I forgot about the cutscene. What? Okay, there we go. So that's the shortcut right there. Yep. Literally just falling beneath. That was the luckiest ring catch, let's be honest. I got a new lease on life, I better use it. What? Hey! Man, when you get a new lease on life, but then the game decides, what if you didn't deserve that? Oh no. You know, that's unacceptable. You thought I was about to sit here and stream for another hour? Ah, man. When Sonic Team presents you cancer. Sonic Team presents some guy being really bad at something more. I'm usually really good though. I even got perfect win on the Xbox, alright, for not dying in this game. Like, give me a bubble already. Fam. Give me a bubble. Give me another bubble. I am. This game, dude. This game. Let's try that one more time. Oh snap, I messed up. I mean, does anybody else like really want me to get through this? I don't think I have to do that roll, but it's still pretty cool. Okay, well, now I have no choice but to wait. Seriously, can I like jump down into the hole? Okay, I just can't make accurate landings anymore. You don't have the right to keep a bubble concealed from you. I'm not wasting my time. The sweet release of death. What? Hey, you're not slick anymore, buddy. Oh, but these guys are. Phew. Okay. You have no idea how much I wish for the sweet release of death right now. A 1 hour and 38-minute Sonic 1 stream. Oh no. When it takes you an hour and 38 minutes to beat a game that I can usually beat in under an hour. Seriously, I look like the worst Sonic player. I can't wait till next Sunday, dude. We're playing my favorite game ever. So I gotta finish that game in like an hour because Chaos Emeralds are gonna take forever to do if I do play with Tails. Seriously, guys, don't vote for Tails. What did I say about this? I don't know how I jumped over it, but hey, I'll take it. Man, okay, you serious? Are you fucking kidding me right now? The stage is suicide, dude. Seriously, I need one. Okay. Finally, I'm out of here. And we finally, after hours, okay, really an hour and 41 minutes, we reach the final boss. So basically, this boss is sudden death sort of thing for you anyway. So if you get hit once, you're kind of screwed. Because you either get crushed or you'll get hit. And just like any other boss, I believe it's 8 hits to kill him. He'll appear in one of these containers, and it's up to us to figure out which one and hit him. While not getting crushed or hit. Period. Also, fair warning, this fight is annoying. Cause shit like that happens. When stuff like that happens, you only want to punch somebody even more. No! No. I don't know what my dog. But it just caused me to die, and I really hate it right now. I just called my dog an it. I hate her. It's a boy and a girl. Fucking shit. This stream is about to get rated A for adults, children. Get your parents. I'm ready to just start throwing every swear word I know. We are almost done with this game, fam. Gosh! It's like the world hates me. It wants me to suffer through Sonic 1, and I don't know, I didn't do anything to it, I swear. This is why I wish I had someone else to play this for me. Whoa, that was risky. Okay. And that's that. Get out of my sight. No, don't jump over this line right here. You can jump over it, but if you jump too far, you die. So guys, that's about it for this live stream right here. We're just gonna watch this ending. But I do thank everybody who watched it, even if you're not watching it during the stream. If you watch it on YouTube and you do decide to stick around for the whole hour and 46, probably gonna end up being 47 minutes of this video, then I truly do appreciate you, because, well, I kind of went through the struggle trying to play this game all the way through, and it wasn't easy, I'll tell you that, because this game right here, man, and it's probably gonna be 2 separate streams while you're at it, so you should probably watch both parts of the stream. So yeah, because I do know that the stream went off for a second, and I'm sorry about that for all my Twitch watchers. But like I said, I'm streaming using Restream, so it will be on both YouTube and Twitch. So you'll probably be able to watch both, depending on where I turn it back on at. But yeah, guys, that's about it for Sonic 1. It's a really fun game. I enjoy it. sometimes when I'm in the mood. Today I just did not want to do this, but hey, Sonic Sunday is Sonic Sunday. Am I right, guys? Save me. But yeah, guys, that's it for this Sonic Sunday. Next Sunday we're gonna be playing Sonic 2, and next Saturday we're gonna be doing another episode. We're gonna be doing some more Neps, some more Hyperdimension Neptunia, Semicolon Birth 1, guys. Some of that nice JRPG. It's gonna be fun. We're all gonna have a grand old time watching me suffer, and hopefully I don't stream by myself next time. But yeah. So after the credits, I'll see you guys later. I'm really bad, I know. That. I'm gonna show you guys a bit of that. That was a nice step. Am I right, guys? But there's a really cool trick that I was using because I kind of want to use game now. Like I said. Nice.